Hello everybody, ciao a tutti and welcome to Art with Ms.B. Today I'm gonna teach you how to draw minions. Minions from Despicable Me. Who doesn't love them? My students are always crazy about them, and so they asked me several times to publish a tutorial. So here I am giving you a very simple and easy to follow tutorial to draw beautifully, well done, and really, pretty detailed minions. We're gonna draw together Kevin and Stuart. So you have the two options with two eyes, one eyes, right? And for this practice, you need a very few materials: white paper or your journal, pencil for drawing, an eraser just in case, extra fine black Sharpies, a black marker or the same Sharpie, you can use it to color some of the details that will go in black, light blue markers and a yellow markers. If you have a gray, that would be awesome, so we can also do the details of the goggles of the minions. So we're gonna start, and I hope you will have fun. You will see that it's super simple, and once you get familiar, you can draw more and more, so you can add the other characters of the minions as you like. I'm gonna switch the camera so we can start. Okay, friends, let's start with our first minion, Kevin, and let's start with the shape of a body. So we're gonna create this sort of like a bien shape. You go like in a very nice arch, then you go down, enlarge the bottom a little bit, go around, and then we do the same on the other side. They don't have to be perfect, just to resemble the shape of the minion. Now we are going to add details. So we start with a nice circle, 1 and 2, and then we are going to create the goggle, right? The glasses. 1, around 2, straight, go around at the bottom, 2, and that's it. Now we are going to do 2 horizontal lines and then a nice dark circles, and you can put the circle any directions and it will look like in different directions, so it's really up to you what you would like to do. Now let's go for details on the body. Okay, so we are going to basically do a sort of a nice rounded line, like goes down a little bit, then we are going to 1, 2 diagonal lines going in, and then we are going to close those lines, bring them back to the body. Okay, now here this is going to be the jumpsuit, so we're going to add the details that will suggest that is a jumpsuit, right? Nice pocket, big central pocket, and then we are going to do the legs. So we go 2 nice short going to the center lines. We're gonna close them like this, and then we're gonna do the shoes. Enter a little bit, go around and close. You go down, go around and close. And now the arms are very simple. We're gonna put them like 1 and 2. Now we wanna do the smile, like the smiling mouth. So we're gonna go with the little diagonal lines, and that's it. And then we are going to add the hair, and this is gonna be Kevin. So his hair are just, all the way straight up. So, and this is Kevin. Now we're gonna do Stuart, who has 1 central eyes, and then we're gonna color both of them. Same shapes, you're gonna do it just slightly smaller. We go around and back up. This time we're gonna do a central circle, pretty big, and then we're gonna do the same that we did for our first minion. We're gonna kind of create the frame of the goggle or glasses. This time the eyes will feature just a circle in the center. We're gonna put the mouth maybe opposite directions. Nice. And now we're gonna do the same details going around with this line, creating the jumpsuit, right? Their outfit. We go here, here, nice big pocket, and then the legs this way. We close both of them, and then we make our shoes just slightly shorter and smaller. And this is our friend Stuart. We are gonna add the arms, right? And this is the easiest way, or you can do them in a different shape, and then you will have to add the hands. Now, to color. We're gonna find a nice blue, light blue, and we are going to color the jumpsuit, right? We just need 3 colors, actually 4 if you want to do a little gray that resemble the silver in their goggles. So a nice technique is to outline everything that will go with the same color. And then as we learn, we're gonna do a nice job in coloring, moving our hands slowly with these nice slow lines. So the coloring will be extremely well done. You can go over the pocket because it's the same color, and then don't worry because with the black Sharpie, we're gonna do some more details and outlines. Take your time. If this technique of long lines doesn't work for you, you can kind of do small strokes. Remember, the goal is not to have any gaps and to follow the same direction. So at the end, it's going to look nice and neat, and it's not going to look a scribble, but it's going to look very professional, very well done. And if you like to illustrate stories, so you can write even your own little chapter of the Minion stories and create character just by following these very, very simple steps. We're going, because we have the blue already, we're going to color our friend Stuart as well. And I know that depending of the movies, they would have different details in their outfit. This is like a generic, basic way that you can draw and color successful minions. They are really kind of reliable, right? They look like the real characters. But then if you want to refer to a specific episode, a specific movie, and so when they feature different features, you are more than welcome to do so. We're gonna grab a black. Shoes are black. Nice and no gaps. Carefully outline. And now, after many practice that we did together of how to draw things, hopefully you're realizing that the majority of the drawing that we do, they're really made out by simple lines, and by following these simple steps, that you will be able to really create a successful uh, and well done drawing, right? Sometimes the things look more complicated than they really are. So it's just a matter to know what to do first and what to do last, and what type of lines to use. Now we are doing the whole body, including the arms with the yellow. Make sure to outline first the part that you need to color so you're not going to accidentally go somewhere else. And I feel that it's good because it creates different sections, and so you focus on one section at a time, and so you don't feel overwhelmed by the fact that you have to color the whole thing, right? For example, if you have a family with siblings, of course you have a family, but you can create a beautiful minion for each one of your family member, right? You can dedicate a specific minion to your brothers and sister, mom and dad, parents, guardians, grandparents, whoever is part of your family. And you can make it on separate pieces of paper, small paper, with a beautiful minion, well colored, and nice messages from you on the back, and that would be an amazing gift or an original card. Maybe you want to do a special birthday card, and you know that this person, this friend, so this member of your family really likes minion. Or maybe you really, really like them and you want to do something that you like, which is also a beautiful intention, right? We love something and we want to share with people that we love. So now you know how to do it, and you know that overall it's not difficult. You just have to go slow, take your time, follow the steps that I show you, be patient, don't rush into the coloring, because we need to kind of when we feel that we are going too fast, we need to take a deep breath and start to think, why am I going so fast? Why am I rushing? Let me take my time. And if it takes a few minutes longer, it is totally okay. We need to learn how to stay focused in what we are doing in the moment without thinking of what we have or we want or we might do after, because that will impact a lot the quality of our work. And I honestly don't remember if Stuart has some hair on the top. If you remember and you know that he has, go for it. Now I'm going to use a gray for the glasses, just the frame. If you don't have a gray, you can use your pencil because the pencil is gray and you can gently color inside. Nice and careful. I actually going to do yellow also here because it's part of the skin. The eyes. And then I don't want to leave this inside the mouth just like that, white. Maybe I'm gonna do a sort of a dark pink, something like that. We'll see. Yes, it works. I like it. I don't want to leave it white. Or you can do it black. Now we're going to grab our Sharpie very gently. We are going to outline. When you do the outline, I know that is not easy, as sometimes when you are a beginner, they might not come super neat. My advice to you is that break the line so you can go a little bit and then you stop. You go a little bit and then you stop. You go a little bit and then you stop. If you do the whole thing, so mostly if you do it super fast, you might risk to create another lines with a Sharpie, which is different from the lines that you create with a pencil. The result is going to be very confusing and it's going to be not very nice and neat. Okay, so sometimes you can double the line, means go over. to create thicker lines and to create some variety. But remember that you need to go slow. You cannot expect to go fast, mostly when you're still learning, because otherwise you unfortunately will mess up the drawing. So proceed with care, stop every time that you need, but make sure that the lines that you're doing with the Sharpie is exactly or as exactly as possible going over the lines that you trace with a pencil. Otherwise, you're going to have multiple lines, and as I say, it's confusing. So instead, to help and support your design, you will technically mess it up. Now we're going to add all the tiny little stitches to make it look a little nicer and add few details. It's always important to add a few details because it will make your drawing more valuable, right? We do outline to our friend Stuart as well. Nice and slow, doing our best. Now for the body, as I say, you can do one line like I'm doing it if you have the skill to do so. Otherwise, I'm gonna show you, you go a little bit and stop, a little bit and stop, a little bit and stop. Whatever works for you. Each one of us has different skills and we develop those skills at a different pace. So just do what you need to do to help yourself to do the best you can in these outlines. And this is like for every, is the same for every drawing that we want to outline. When we decide to put outlines, we need to make sure that we do them very nicely. Now let's add nice stitches. And on the central pocket. And this is our drawing all nice and done. I hope that you have fun and I will see you soon with another beautiful practice. So keep exercising, keep coloring, keep drawing, and you will see the improvement happening very, very fast. Ciao!